Hi YouTube. I thought I'd talk today a little bit about the Mac Ellie Goulding collection, which I bought three pieces from. I'm thinking of going back for the other of the lipsticks, but not quite sure about that. I ordered these sight unseen from the website because I was pretty convinced that they were going to sell out. I find it really difficult to judge with Mac collections. I get an alert whenever there's anything new on the website, and frequently, even if I kind of log in straight away from the email, I find that the items are sold out. I don't know whether they produce them in very, very small quantities. And then other collections seem to hang about for ages. And this one seems to, inexplicably, because I think it's a nice collection. The minute I saw these two palettes, I thought that I would be quite interested in them, really because of the format, which is this kind of double level with four items and on top, and then a slide through to the one underneath. And I was predisposed to like that format because I bought a palette probably 3, maybe more years ago. This is the Karen Rotfield collaboration with MAC. And it's 4 powder eyeshadows to make her classic smoky eye. In fact, apart from that one, which is very pigmented, the reason I like these is that they're not overly pigmented and so make a very good kind of workaday eye for me. And then underneath is a contouring product, which I have to say I don't really use at all. It's much too dark for me. But I really like these 3 eyeshadows in particular, and I do reach for this palette still, several years on, quite a lot. And it's just a very convenient format. So for no better reason than the kind of palette format, I was predisposed to like these, and I ordered both of them. Now, they are supposed to be a day and a night look. So this is Halcyon Days, the day look, and Halcyon Nights, the night look. In truth, I think these are both day palettes. They're not, super pigmented, super different, super sparkly evening looks. I mean, you can wear them in the evening, but I think they're perfectly day appropriate. I really like Halcyon Days. I think it's a really useful palette. It's described as a full face kit, and the 4 colours on the top are cream colour base, and then there's a blot powder underneath. So as I understand it, these creams are suitable for eyes, cheeks and lips, and certainly this pink here, very pretty mid-toned coral pink, verging on warm, is a super blush, cream blush colour. But you can also use it on the eyes, and I have done. And then there's a really, really pretty shimmer. Let's just show it on the fingers. Let's have a look at the blush. Super creamy, really, really pretty. And then a brown that's not too brown. This one's kind of the stickiest of the formulas, and I do find this creases on my eyelid a bit. And then this one, which I've been using a lot over Christmas. These are just really, really easy because it's a simple finger job. You don't need a brush. You can see they're reasonably pigmented, and they're just a very neutral, warm palette. And as I say, just a finger job to spread these on the lids and the cheeks. The blot powder is quite useful as well. It's not super finely milled. I much prefer my Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm not a great wearer of mattifying powders. You can see there, you have to work quite hard to get much out of it. But as a kind of blot on the go, it's doable. And the great thing about this palette is it's really nice to just stick in your handbag to do touch-ups in the day, particularly, your cheek colour wears off, then you can just slap some of this on. So I find it really, really useful. I'm definitely going to use it a lot. Now the other one, the Night palette, has 4 powder shadows. Again, a very neutral, apart from this quite glittery one, selection. And I found myself using these in conjunction with the cream base, particularly if I want the look to last a bit longer. Putting these on top of the cream base seems to hold off the creasing for me. Let's see. Let's wipe those. I should have got a tissue wipe, but you can get the idea from this. So a nice kind of fairly matte, mid-toned, warm copper. The pink there, and a bit of shimmer. So again, you know, a really useful kind of palette to have. They're reasonably pigmented, and as I say, they work really, really well with the cream colours as a base. And then there's this kind of contouring shade, which is a bit better for me than the Karen Rotefield one. It's not really a contouring because it's too shimmery for that. It's almost like a kind of shimmery highlight that you could stick anywhere. I don't know what they call it. Yeah, they call it a cream colour base again, called This Love. I haven't used that too much yet, but I might get into that now. So I like this palette as well. I mean, I have a lot of ordinary powder eyeshadows, so if I was only going for one, I would go for this one, simply because I think it's so useful to have in your handbag for touch-ups. But they're both nice and they both work really well together, so I'm quite impressed with the collection. And then for the sake of it, I bought one of the lipsticks. I do like MAC lipsticks. I like the kind of sugary smell, taste of them, and I like their cream sheens. I think this probably is a cream sheen. Yeah, it is, in just a very neutral pink, or pinky neutral. It's got the EG initials on. It's not very pigmented, but it's very wearable, very pretty, and I have been wearing it over Christmas. I'm quite tempted to get the other one, which is a bit deeper, more coral-y. I might do that if I see it, although goodness knows I really don't need any more lipsticks. But these are very usable. I do like MAC lipsticks. I like the packaging. It's very kind of simple and ergonomic. It just feels good in the hand. And as I say, I like the flavour of them. I particularly like their cream sheens. I think their mattes are a little bit drying for me personally. It's worth spending more for a more quality formulation if I'm wearing a matte lipstick. But for youngsters with lips in good condition, then MAC would be absolutely fine. So overall, agreeably surprised about this collaboration. I don't think MAC's had a brilliant year, certainly not from my perspective. There haven't been many things I've been that tempted to buy, or then I haven't been able to get my hands on the ones that I have liked the look of. But this is a lovely, basic, maybe unexciting but useful collection with nice pieces. There's a very pretty blush bronzer combination as well, which I was tempted by but I really didn't need. So those are my thoughts on Ellie Goulding. I'm sure you'll have seen lots of videos on this collection by now, but it is worth having a look at if you're interested in some of the MAC collaborations. Until next time, bye for now.